Practicing gratitude is not just some lofty type of new age practice that is really just toxic positivity in disguise. Practicing gratitude regularly not only changes your brain, but also changes really your entire life when done consistently and effectively. And in this video, we're going to talk about that and hopefully inspire you guys to have some type of formal or even semi-formal gratitude practice and really just change your paradigm around the way that you choose to see the world and interact with it. I promise you this one concept can really turn things around for you and really change your relationship to life and make you a much happier person with better relationships, better opportunities, and overall just live with more joy and fulfillment in your life. So be sure to stick around and watch this video in its entirety. At the end, we're going to talk about some practical ways to actually implement this gratitude practice. So first, let's briefly talk about how gratitude actually changes your brain chemistry. So I'm going to cite a couple studies down in the description below, so you can go check those out. You don't have to just take my word for it. So in the first study we're going to talk about, conducted at Indiana University, researchers found that individuals who wrote letters expressing gratitude had increased activity in the medial prefrontal cortex, which is an area of the brain associated with empathy, understanding, and emotional regulation. An increased activity in that area of the brain is also associated with decreased stress and better emotional regulation over time. And a second study called An Experimental Investigation of Gratitude and Subjective Well-Being in Daily Life found that individuals who kept a gratitude journal reported higher levels of happiness and lower levels of depressive emotions over time. This qualitative research also found that these individuals had their focus shifted to more positive aspects of life rather than negative ones, which also fosters more psychological resilience. So the research is there to support these claims that gratitude has an effect on you, on your outlook on life, on your overall well-being. Now, I can already hear some people objecting to that last statement I made about the second research study, saying that a changed focus from negative aspects of life to positive aspects of life is just ignoring your problems. But that is not the case. Now, this is a little bit anecdotal because I'm talking from my own personal experience now. But I can tell you that intentionally having a gratitude practice has not made me any less likely to look at the problem areas of my life and try and solve them. In fact, it's the opposite. The sort of emotional resilience that I've found that comes from having a more positive outlook on things gives you a bigger capacity to handle the problem areas of your life because you're not just feeling stressed out all the time. You're not emotionally trigger stacked and you're more willing and able to handle the problem areas of your life. That's what I have found personally, and a lot of the people that I know in my personal life who have a gratitude practice and who are very positive people are no strangers to handling the problems in their life either. In fact, they're some of the most effective people I know at handling their issues. And I would be willing to attribute this to what I've personally experienced, that you have a bigger psychological capacity to handle stress because you haven't already maxed out that battery because of your positive outlook on life, because of the fact that you take time to notice the little things that you are grateful for. So that in and of itself is another huge benefit to gratitude, is that you have a larger capacity to handle problem areas in your life that would otherwise drain your emotional batteries, would otherwise put you over the top with stress. Now, to go back to the scientific aspect of how gratitude changes your brain, but also your body, decreased stress is also linked to a healthier physical body, lower blood pressure, lower biomarkers that are associated with inflammation and overall risk of disease. So if you're an individual who practices gratitude, not only is your brain chemistry going to change, but your actual physiological responses that you have in your body are going to improve as well. So now that we've addressed some common myths about gratitude and some physiological and neural changes that take place and some practical ways that it's just going to make you a happier person, let's talk about how you can actually implement a gratitude practice in your life. So if you are someone who keeps a journal and documents some things about your life, writes about events This is going to be a very easy change for you to make if you already have that habit. You're simply going to intentionally journal about things that you're grateful for. This is most effectively done every day, even twice a day if you tend to journal at morning and at night. But if you're someone who is just starting to try and implement this gratitude practice and you're not someone who regularly journals, I recommend getting a journal and picking one time of day that you know you can consistently show up and open that book and start writing in. That is going to be the most effective way to start this habit and maintain consistency with it. So journaling about what you're grateful for is a very, very healthy thing. Even if you're kind of down and out right now and you feel like you don't have a lot to be grateful for, you can even just notice the little things in your day. And having this journaling practice, getting into the habit of recalling things that you are grateful for is going to help you notice the little things in life a lot more also. That warm cup of coffee that feels so good on a cold winter's day. That light snowfall that starts to happen when you're walking to a destination. Right now it's the wintertime and we've just got our first few snowfalls here in Toronto where I am residing in, hence those examples. Winter is actually something that tends to get me a little down and out sometimes, but I can still recognize all the little beautiful things that come from this cold weather as well. And that helps me have a different relationship to it. So that's a pretty good example. But outside of just keeping a journal and having a gratitude practice that is written, I want you to also adopt a perspective shift as well. When you go about your day-to-day life, and having your written gratitude practice is going to help with this. It has like a compounding momentum shift type of effect. But when you're out in the world, do your best to try and notice the little things that make you happy, things that you are grateful for. And this is going to have a very positive effect on your mood and your whole perspective about life as well. Sharing this gratitude with others is also a very powerful thing, and I think has a huge compounding effect, because you're sharing your energy with them and then they're going to be able to share that energy probably with someone else as well. Being grateful at the store for the worker that's helping you out and expressing a very genuine thank you to them always feels like a very nice thing. And oftentimes it's very well received and you can tell that people don't hear it that often and they're grateful to hear it. Think about the last time somebody gave you a genuine thank you. It probably felt very nice. So do your best to acknowledge gratitude to others as well. That's a very wonderful thing and helps strengthen your relationships with people in general. But really, I just want to hit it home there that practicing gratitude has such a big positive feedback loop in all areas of your life. And the more you practice it, the more it becomes easier to notice things that you're grateful for and the happier that you're going to be. Like that feeling of genuine gratitude is one of the most warm and fuzzy and good feelings that you could possibly have. And it will be genuine the more you genuinely practice gratitude. It's going to become easier and easier to appreciate and see the good things in the world. So go ahead and try to make this change in your life. It will yield such a peaceful, joyful, and grateful life. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more content. And real quick, down in the description below, there's 2 links, one to a coaching call with me, a free coaching call, and another one to a free life audit workbook. So if those sound interesting, go ahead and click those links down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.